Hey guys, we are taking a look at an item from Chronicle Collectibles today, a company that up until recently I honestly wasn't familiar with, and then I found out they got the Dark Crystal and Labyrinth licenses to make statues. So we're taking a look at one of those offerings today. We've got the worm from Labyrinth. Just comes in this pretty standard kind of box for a statue here. We got a shot of kind of the cover art, the poster artwork on this side. This guy is a ThinkGeek exclusive, so you can only get him from them. And then the back just has a shot of the product itself. So I'm a huge fan of Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal, this whole thing. So I'm really excited to get into this. So let's pull him out and take a closer look. Alright guys, so here's our worm out of the box, and I gotta say right off the bat that I'm normally not someone who buys a lot of statues or non-moving collectibles. You know, I'm into toys, obviously, like the toy bro, come on. But I am really excited about this particular piece because, for starters, there isn't normally a ton of product out for Labyrinth. The last thing I can think of that I got personally were the Funko Pops, so it was nice to get something new for the property because I am such a big fan of this movie. And this thing is, outside of being kind of a weird first offering, it's actually a really cool and fun first offering because, for one, this is probably my wife's favorite thing from the movie, and this is ultimately going to be hers at the end of the day. But it's a cool little thing from the movie that also translates exceptionally well into a statue, and I just think they did a really fantastic job. So this guy is about 5.5 by 5.5 by about 2.5, so it's a decent size. It's got some weight to it. It's about 1 pound in weight overall, and it sits on this humongous stone base to give it the look that it is in the Labyrinth, because, you know, if you're familiar or maybe not with the film, this little guy comes out of the Labyrinth to basically dissuade the main character from going in the direction that she was headed, which ultimately was the direction she needed to go.
Come inside, meet the missus.
But he's trying to stop her from going directly to the Goblin King. We've got these little eyes all over the base that pop out because the Labyrinth walls in that particular scene especially have eyes that pop out and kind of come to life. And it's got the Jim Henson's Labyrinth logo emblazoned on the front in a nice gold font. But I think the brick aspect of it is really nicely done. It's got a lot of pitting and a lot of sculpted detail all over it to make it look like a gnarled rock that we see in the movie. And then as far as the actual statue itself, I mean, just look at this guy. He looks like he jumped right out of the movie. And he does have kind of troll-like, if you remember Trolls, like that kind of hair. And you can move it and shape it a little bit to get some of these strands to go a specific way, you know, make it stand straight up a little bit or lay it back down. And then we've got the white fur and the blue fur that sort of runs along the sides of the body. And he also, and this is something that I wasn't sure about when I first saw the pics, is he has a cloth goods scarf here that wraps around his neck, which I think is a really nice touch. So yeah, I mean, your little kind of British worm here looks really nice. A lot of sculpted detail on him, a lot of the ridges that run down the back, and they're all individually painted to give him that kind of ringed look where he's got the dark purple and the light blue that kind of alternate as he goes down. And then of course the head sculpt on this guy I think is pretty stellar. He just looks kind of like a goofy little worm. I mean, there's not much to him, but he does have a lot of character. And if you're familiar with the movie, you kind of know what's going on with this guy. You know, he's ultimately a very small thing, but they packed a lot of detail, making him this kind of larger than life aspect of the worm here. So I'm very happy with this. I think it's an excellent addition to any Labyrinth fans collection. You know, it doesn't do anything. It's just a statue, but I think Chronicle did a really nice job overall with the sculpt, with the paint, with the likeness to the puppet from the film, and that's ultimately what it's all about. It looks like the thing that it's supposed to look like. The price, I think, is actually pretty right. I thought it might have been a little too high at first, but having him in hand, I am absolutely happy that I got him, and I couldn't be happier with how he's turned out, and I know my wife is just going to love this guy. So that's going to do it for this look at the Chronicle Collectibles worm statue from Labyrinth. Let me know what you guys think down below. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and until next time.